Órale, Cholo Trucker Mas movies and shows, and here we got Unsolved Mysteries, Volume 5, Episode 2, My Paranormal Partner. Okay, man. Look, well, let me go ahead and tell you guys what the episode's about first. So basically, you got this guy Don, somewhere out in the UK. I forgot where, but nonetheless, man, he's really into paranormal activities and stuff of that nature, man. And he went to one case to a woman's home, and when he realized he felt a different entity, right? There was more than just one. And one of them being somebody named Debbie, because they described themselves, that entity did, as Debbie to him. Okay. Thing is, he has been able, as he explained, since he was a kid, he always kind of heard voices and things of that nature. I see dead people, right? But he never saw anything, but he was able to hear just like voices, right? And being able to communicate with the dead through that way, through voices and through just verbally, man. But it's not like he was able to ever to see them. Kind of takes me back to the movie Ghost. But it was never that clear to him, especially as a kid. It wasn't just clear cut English language that he can understand. At times he would hear like some mumbling, or it would sound kind of odd. And it wasn't until later on in his life that he was able to pretty much understand what was going on. And that's when he really got into it. So the thing is here that when he went to this woman's home and he met this entity, Debbie, I guess, he asked Debbie if Debbie will go along with him and help him on other cases. And Debbie said yes. So ever since then, this guy, Don, has had this other paranormal entity with him as his sidekick to go into other haunting places, and has been able to tell him where to look, where he can, basically like old abandoned houses or whatever, castles that they went to. And Debbie was able to explain to him, look, if you go here, that's where that was at. If you go there, that's where that was at, right? And basically, the episode is about him trying to make other people believe. So he gets in contact with a couple of other guys. I forgot who it is. And they're like, nah, man, you know what, man? There's a lot of hoax out there. So just understand that if we catch a line, we're gonna go ahead and blow it up on the media and we will ruin your career, homie, right? But they show up, and different tests that they run on him, one with an envelope, just so many things going out in the dark, in the forest, just so many different tests that he passed with this entity, Debbie. Not only did he pass it, but at some point, the main guy that he got to go out there to basically, finger quotes, mythbusters, right? To catch them lying, he was actually able to hear Debbie. And so were some of the other guys. All the equipment. I'm not really into this stuff, but all the equipment that they have, the recorders and whatever, they were able to hear Debbie with the recorders and everything. And they're like, whoa, they're blown away. So but at one point, one of the main guys, he was able to hear Debbie without any recorders, nothing at all. They had a case where they had to fly to Seattle. Yes, from across the world, they went to Seattle, and I guess it was there when Debbie told Don, "Hey, tell this dude, the guy that you're with, he's ready for me to contact with him." And at that moment, I guess Debbie started talking to both of them without any recorders, without anything. And even Don, who's the original guy that communicated with Debbie, he said, wow, I had never communicated with Debbie like that, where I'm able to hear Debbie so crisp, so clear, like a just like another person, another human being talking right in front of me. So it was a little interesting until it wasn't, but I mean, well, okay, here's another thing too. And that is that one of the other guys that was kind of helping out, right? He did some research because Debbie had told Don that that it was a woman that this entity, Debbie, is claims to be a woman that died in a plane crash and was a mother of two. So one of the guys did some digging, some investigating, and was not able to find any Debbie that died in a plane crash at that time, who was a mother of two. I wish they would have kind of dug a little deeper into that in this episode. They didn't. They kind of just mentioned it and just like rolled right over it. Like, wait a second, hold on. Dig deep into this. Like, what year are you talking about? What's the closest that you find anybody named Debbie? Um, what's the closest that you got? Was there any incident like that 5 years before or 5 years after, 10 years? Like they did not dig into that at all. You just had the guy come on and saying, like, well, this entity claims to be Debbie, a mother of two who died in a plane crash, and I wasn't able to find it. So, it lied. And I'm like, okay, well, wait, dig into this. But that's where it ended. And he just said, well, if Debbie lied once, Debbie will lie again. And then, they start questioning, like, whoa, this could be a demon, right? This could be out there with malice. Now, Don, he had said that, look, um, he has no reason to think that Debbie's a threat, right? Debbie has never done wrong by him. And the other guy's all like, like, screw that, man. This thing lied. But then again, they didn't really dig into that. That's the part that kind of got me a little upset. Like, well, wait, show us how you digged into it and show us what makes you think that this entity is lying, right? Um, Nonetheless, like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. This is kind of a boring episode. I wasn't really that intrigued. It was okay for a little bit. But the whole episode is just basically, hey, let's go here to see if you're telling the truth, to see if Debbie can help you. Hey, okay, we proved that Debbie was able to help you, or you were able to do it on your own, some way, somehow. Now let's go over here and run this test. Now let's go over there, run that test. And at some point, it's just like, all right, are we gonna get somewhere with this? I mean, the part where Don's homeboy that he made that was originally there to basically out him and saying that this was all a lie. The part where he said like, "Whoa, I was able to hear Debbie." That I mean, that was pretty cool, I guess. But anyway, man, outside of that, I guess Don is still, still doing his thing, man. I don't know if it's show that he's on social media. I don't know where, but yeah, he's still doing his thing there with this entity that calls themselves Debbie. So, like I said, I didn't really care for this episode too much. It was just kind of whatever's, but there you guys have it, man. That is Unsolved Mysteries on Netflix, Volume 2. I'm sorry, Volume 5, Episode 2. Cholo Trucker, Moss Movies and Shows. Catch you guys on next one.